guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk. So today I want to talk about um the different moving out your parents' house, how it is viewed in the Western world versus how it's viewed oftentimes in other parts of the world. Um, so they in the Western world, and I don't know, maybe in like some parts of the English world or something, or European side, it's customary for when your child becomes is 18, 17, if they graduate early, for them to go away to college, essentially moving out, and then they'll come back on like holidays and um, during the summertime, especially if they stay in a dorm room. If they stay in like the school's apartments or just have an apartment in general, then they have the option of staying where they are during the holidays or um, summertime, unless the family want if the family want to come to them, or if they just or they can go back like everybody else. If they have a good family that they want to go back to. So anywho, when they finish school in X amount of years, then they typically apply to get a job. Once they get a job and they start bringing in some funds decent enough, then they start going apartment hunting, and then they find the apartment that they like and they move out. So typically between 22, 23 years old, most people are moved out staying in another apartment if they stay along that pathway of graduate, go to college, get a good job, now you can afford to move out. Things move at a slower pace if you don't immediately go to college after high school, or if you drop out of high school, or you don't want to go to college because that's not your pathway. You are trying something else to make your money because you don't feel like college is for you, then it'll be a different scene for you. But the general synopsis, if you follow that pathway, that's what it is. Um, and then the 20-some-year-old living their life, go to work, meet people out. They go party on the weekends or during the week sometimes if you're feeling feisty. um, get boyfriends or whatever, have their little dalliances and live life, whatever. And then they meet somebody they want to keep. They bring them home to parents for them to meet. And then if it lasts, they get married. Have some kids by the time they 30. And then they, plan their life accordingly after that. Whether it's to move to the same apartment, move to a house, wherever the case is. The house may or may not be within driving distance of the parents' house. It depends on the situation of the person. Versus the the other world aspect of, like, I noticed with a lot of like Asian families or Indian families or stuff like that, other cultural families who they believe in like unity, I guess, of the family. So when the child graduate school, they're not immediately like kicked off to go wherever. They're Even if they are living off, depending on what school they go to, even if they are living off separately for school, they expected to come back for every holiday and summertime, whatever they can make, they expected to come back. And then when they finish school, they expected to come back and move back in with the family, the mom still have their room together and all of that. And then they stay there until they find they work their job, and they just bring their money to the house, and it go into the pot of helping the family out. Um, and then if they meet somebody, um, they have higher restrictions on who they have to meet too because they're a family unit. So a lot of times they looking for somebody that the mom and the dad will agree with, and a lot of times the mom and dad will be trying to set them up on people that they agree with. So there's that too. And then too, it needs to be in agreement because a lot of times, even if that person, the child, finds somebody to be with, they still don't move out the house. The new person move in, and now it's a family addition where now the person is there with the daughter or son, whoever, and then my thing is smaller. I don't have a good grip. Sorry. The mic thing. Can you stay up? Like, what the world? I don't know what's causing it to lose its balance, but I needed to get it together. Now, can you stay still? My goodness. Sorry about that. It just wanted to interrupt my train of thought. So, anywho, the you know, the outside person are moving into the house, and they're good treated as family. And so then when they have kids and stuff, the kids will grow up in the house. And the bonus of that is, um, hopefully they get along with the in-laws. So, but the bonus of that is you always you never strapped on money too much because everything's going into the pot. You don't have to worry about being able to afford your own rent. You don't have to worry about being able to afford a lot of stuff by yourself because everything is like together. You don't have to pay for a babysitter because the parents are so like focused on when you have grandkids type stuff that once you do have a kid, like they're gonna be like there to take over. You probably have to like fight to take care of your own child. So it won't be as hard as like in the Western world where like you gotta pay for a babysitter, you got a lot of sleepless nights, um, where you gotta get up in the middle of the night to feed the child, to put him back to sleep and all that, and then you depending on the husband. Hopefully he's still there, depending on him for stuff and all the things and all of that. So it's like, so the question is, with all of that, is it really, do, you know, is it really such a bad idea to not move out your family's house or your parents' house? Uh, when you get of age, you know, if you, sometimes you gotta go, it's for different reasons. Maybe the parents want you out. Maybe you need out because y'all not meshing attitude wise and you need your own space. But like, sometimes you can leave and then need to come back. They have people that left, got, they have men a lot of times. Sometimes women too. They'll leave. They'll go be married, have kids and all of that, and then they have a divorce. It ends badly. So then the son come back home to get himself together, and now they stand in their parents' basement at 52 years old. You know, and so I don't know. It's pros and cons to me on if you decide to leave your parents' house versus if you decide to stay. It's a mindset shift as well because I think too the cultural side of the people that's doing it, they're thinking about family, togetherness, share, caring, all that stuff. And the Western side and other people that do it are probably thinking like, okay, you got yours. Now I'm gonna go get mine so I can